Hey Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
Seems like the players are pretty focused this week coming off that loss. Is that the vibe you pick up from them?
Yeah, they were good today.
This is obviously the first time this year you guys have had to go through that. What are you going to tell them about kind of regrouping and getting refocused after a loss?
You know, just got to play better. Didn't play well. Got dominated on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Turned the ball over and didn't play well. So, you have to have the ability to self-reflect, give an honest observation of yourself. Once you've made those decisions about what happened in the game, you got to get your swag back and move on.
Jeff, is that the most frustrating part of this last game that you guys didn't play your best?
It's always frustrating when you don't play your best, and we got physically dominated, to be honest with you, both sides of the line of scrimmage, and our kids know it, and we know it, and I'm their coach, so it's me. It's a reflection of me, and for whatever reason, I didn't have them ready, and we tried, we tried to do the old ruin their season versus ruin their season, and I could just feel we just did not feel desperate, and they seemed very desperate, and let's be honest, desperate people live differently than prosperous people, and when you're fighting for a meal versus griping whether you got green beans or carrots or potatoes, it's a different type of gripe, and we were just, as my grandmother used to say, we were smelling ourselves a little bit.
You mentioned the line of scrimmage and getting beat there. This was really the first time this season that we've seen that kind of thing happen to your team. Was there something that you can work on or change there, or what led to that?
I don't think it's the first time, though. I think UAB won the line of scrimmage the first half. I think Southern Miss won the line of scrimmage the first half. And it's the first time I think we've lost the line of scrimmage 4 quarters, to your point. So it's a trend I'm starting to see, and we got to figure out how to get out of that. And we've got to regain the line of scrimmage.
Are there ways to address that, or how do you try to get out of that?
Just that. Address it. Practice it.
Hey, Coach, Edley Marber came out, put a little spark toward the end. Just want to get your thoughts on his performance for that small period that he had.
It doesn't surprise us. We see him do it every day. We just talked about our scout team over there. Western Kentucky's look. They're as good of offense as I've ever coached against in my life. And our scout team, man, our receivers and quarterbacks over there are doing a fantastic job for our defense. And I'm not saying we're Bailey Zappi or Stearns. I'm not saying that, but we're giving as close a look as you can possibly give.
Do you change a whole lot from your first game plan wise, or is this let's just see how this game starts to play out, we've got a game plan and then we'll adjust as the game goes?
I got to be careful how I answer that question, but we're going to do the best we can to beat them.
Coach, if you certainly don't want to take a loss, but is the timing of this one such that it might give you an extra chip this week?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it where it's cost you 2 games in a row, and I've seen it where you fight back and you play better. It's just a matter of our mindset. It really is. It's a great question. Is North Texas going to beat us twice? I'll let you know Friday at 10. Is this going to be what makes us win a conference championship? I'll let you know Friday at 10. I don't know if I knew. Obviously nobody else thinks so because we started out a favorite and we're already an underdog, so America believes we're done.
Jeff, is that a motivating factor for you guys any?
I'll do anything for practice sake, but I tried stuff last week and it didn't work, so I'm on a 1-week slump right now, so I got to come out of it.
Jeff, I want to ask about some of the guys who've been out due to injury. We talked about Tariq Woolen weeks back, and it was the thought that he might be able to play with the cast. What's kind of the update on him?
Just like he has been for the last month, it'll be a game time decision.
How about Clifford Chapman? Is that a similar situation?
No, Cliff, he's done, and we've known that for a while. We were hoping not, but he's done.
And then Dantzler, we didn't see in this game. It was the first time.
It'll be a big game time decision.
Jeff, I noticed you were out or without Rod Wright this week. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, he just can't get over that flu. It's hit our team pretty hard. He's gotten it twice. It got him on the old back-to-back. It's a huge loss for us. Rod's very instrumental on our defense. And, But it's a next man's up mentality. We've got other coaches, and we've got to step up until he can get well.
I wanted to ask you about the special teams play this past game and some of the errors there. Was that attributed to the weather conditions, or do you feel like that's an area for concern?
Day the ball hit the helmet. It hit right on the ball, so I don't really overreact to that too much. I don't know, about the one on the punt return. It's just unfortunate. It really was, and those kids worked hard at it. There was also a lot of good things in the game. I mean, the snap and then the holding and the kicking, by Lucas and Caleb and Hunter was very special. Lucas, again, punted his tail off, pinned him on the 2-yard line. And again, I repeat, we just got dominated. Their O-line dominated our D-line, and our linebackers. Our O-line did not. Their running backs broke tackles. Ours didn't. They played better. And I'm the head coach. Well, those guys are a reflection of me. And I didn't have them ready. And we can all talk about all we want to. That's why I get paid. That's what I'm supposed to do. And I didn't have my team ready. That's on me.
Since the last time you guys faced Western Kentucky, they've beaten everybody they've played by at least 2 touchdowns. Do you see anything different about them now versus that game?
They're just really good. They really are. That quarterback is, y'all have heard me, y'all can probably just pull the same tape up. I told y'all how good he was, and I know y'all are all like my wife and don't believe a word I ever say, but I just call it like I see him. I think somebody told me that he's completed like 376 passes to just Stearns in his career. Let's think about that. Not for the whole team, just to one kid. And we don't know how to stop him. Nobody does. And if you got a good idea, let me know, because no one else has got any that worked so far.
They play such a different style from a lot of teams with how much they pass it. Does it help to be facing it a second time? Is there a little bit of like an adjustment that happened?
I don't know. Have you ever gone to a horror movie that just scared the hell out of you, Greg? I didn't go back to it if I did. So I don't know if it's going to be beneficial. It doesn't sounds kind of detrimental to your psyche for the rest of your life, personally.
Seems like it would be less scary if you know when the jumps are coming and stuff, right?
Well, if it ends just like it did last time, I'll pay to go see it again, Greg. But if it ends differently, I'm going to regret the redo.
Jeff, the Roadrunner offense in that first matchup was as good as we've seen. Do you think you guys could replicate that performance?
I think we got to be careful about that. That was a pretty special night, right? Maybe historic. I'm not for sure of that. I know you guys will know that, but I think we got to be careful to put that on those kids to believe they've got to play. You go out there and shoot a 68, and you're a 76 golfer, to think you can go back and shoot a 68 again. 76, pretty good golfer. We got a really good offense. Can we play to that standard? I don't know. I hope so. It was sure fun watching them that night.
Hey, Coach, is there extra focus on the crowd noise? We're forecasted to probably have one of the second highest, third highest attendance ever for UTSA. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
It's the only thing I believe in our kids. I want to make sure we all understand that. I believe strongly in our kids. And my defense is just literally sick and tired of hearing me talk about their offense. But I only know what to do is to tell the truth. I think our crowd is the one thing that because he checks every play up there. He's never in a bad play. The kid's been playing forever in the same offense with the same coach forever, with the same receiver, his go-to guy. So I think anything we can do to make them miscommunicate gives us at least a fighting chance. And it might be that one play. It might be the one play where he miscommunicates to the receiver and they run the wrong route and he throws it right to us. It might be the one time their O-line thinks they hear one thing and they hear something else. And it might be the one time we make them jump off sides. Let's be honest, man. We're all talking about how crushed we are. We're 11-1. There's a lot of plays in this season where we're one play away, 1 inch away, 1 yard away in so many games. Let's be honest. I mean, we're 11-1. We probably could be 6-6 or 7-5. And last year we were 7-5 and could have been 10-2 and 2-10. This game of college football is a game of inches, and I've never forgotten that. Unfortunately, I didn't do a good job of reminding my team of that, or we'd have played better Saturday.
Do you feel like your secondary is generally performing better compared to where you were the last time you met Western Kentucky? You mentioned some communication stuff that seems like it got ironed out.
We've just had so many injuries all year, Greg. I don't know that we know what we are in any situation. It's just been fruit basket turnover back there. It's been fruit basket turnover on our line all year. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know what that's contributed to. Bad luck, me not living a good life. I don't know. But we have just been so injured back there. I couldn't give you an honest answer. And when you keep saying game time decisions, you can imagine what that's like in practice. So I know it's not for lack of effort. I know our kids always play hard, and we have given up numerous big plays this year. We understand that. And all of them are different. But it has not been communication since probably game 4 or 5, and I might be wrong on that, my assessment, but it hasn't been lack of communication. Well, that's not true. We had one against UAB. I apologize. That was a communication error. But I can't think of the rest of them being anything more than just us technique and strain and maybe a really good athlete we were trying to cover.
Jeff, I know you're locked in the game this week, but do you feel the kind of excitement from the city and the support that's kind of rallied behind you guys?
I'm so mad and angry right now. I don't feel anything but pain and frustration. So it wouldn't matter. I'm grateful. I am. I love this city, and that's why I'm so mad. And I love. Your greatest strength is always your greatest weakness, and my greatest strength is probably my care for people, and my greatest weakness is I probably care too damn much. And I'm very grateful, and I just don't want to let anybody down. My staff doesn't, and my players don't. And we want to play Good Friday. So that's where my frustration is right now, that we did not get it done Saturday.